Yeah, I mean, it was like a blessed moment. Just happy to be out there. Thankful from God that we were able to do that. But I mean, honestly, MVP was cool. But I mean, it was better just like dancing, knowing that we won and we were able to get that championship together.
Jacoby, what did y'all take out of those wins? I mean, and kind of that you can kind of build on.
Probably just locking in on the defensive end. All of us, we're gifted scorers in our own areas, but you can't really teach defense. You just got to have that mindset, and coaches try to instill that in us. And I don't really think that all of us believe that we should be giving up 90 points. So I think we just got to lock in defensively more and going forward.
How difficult was that game for you, just in terms of? I mean, I think you only played a couple minutes in the second half.
hmm
How difficult was that, and how did you maybe kind of play your part over there on the bench?
To be honest, it wasn't that hard at all. Like watching the team and like everybody was hooping, knocking down shots. It was just a lot to celebrate about. So it wasn't really hard for me. I wasn't really angry on the bench or anything. It was just like watching my team go out there and do their thing, and because I seen them do it in practice. So I was just really joyful on the side.
RayJ, what does that say maybe about him? Because I mean, obviously this dude can ball. I mean,
No, I mean, it says everything about him. One of the best scorers in the country, best players in the country. And for him to go sit on the bench and I think only 2 minutes in the second half and be there just as happy as anybody else says everything about him.
Does it say a little something about the team too? That, I mean, essentially, not that you did it without him, but like you did play a little bit of the game without one of your best players.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it says a lot about the team, and the cool thing about this team, I think we have like everybody 1 through 14 who would do the same thing and go sit on the bench and be just as happy to see their guys out there balling and ultimately what comes out to a win.
RayJ looked at baskets, assists, it's like 94 to 120. Does that say a lot about the team, the way the ball movement's been and the shots you guys are getting?
Absolutely. I think that's what makes us really special. We have a lot of different weapons. I mean, our greatest strength is our depth. And so when we can get the ball moving from side to side and everybody's getting touches and we can hit you from a bunch of different ways, I think that makes us really special and it makes us one of the best offenses in the country.
Jacoby, how dangerous is a guy like RayJ whenever he gets in the zone and he's taking over like that?
Obviously, pretty dangerous. First time we met Ray J, he was doing that to us, so we were just like, we know what he's capable of, and when we see him get going, we already know what's about to happen from there. He was showing it big-time shots down the stretch, clutch moments. Very experienced player, and he was just showing it at the end, and he was a big part of why we got that win.
we had asked y'all about it before you left, but what was it like to play in an NBA arena?
It was pretty cool once again, it was pretty cool. It was a big arena. A lot of the lights was on us on the court only, but that's what we all dream about. So just playing on the court that you dream about playing on in the future, it was just pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a really fun atmosphere and just even like the bus driving in and going through the tunnel and just having the whole NBA atmosphere was really fun. And like you said, that being all of our dreams and goals, it was super fun.
Kobe, like you said, that's a dream looking at forward. But what are you learning about yourself so far at this Division I level, just a few games down?
Definitely learning that I have confidence. Coming into the season, I didn't know if I'd have that confidence, just playing against older people and stronger people. But just getting through a couple games, I still have that confidence that I thought I would have. And then just learning that what I need to get better at, really, just strength-wise and all that.
You have a knack for like getting fouled while you're shooting a three. I mean, is there a trick to that?
Oh, yeah, they tell me that all the time. I think it's just like the more shots that I knock down, the harder they close out. So they're going to start closing out pretty wild, and every time they get close, I just try to fall.
RayJ, as far as defensively, what do you guys need to do still to maybe improve in that area?
Yeah, I mean, I think that could really be our identity. I know we talk about how good our offense and everything is, and I think we show flashes of how good we can be defensively. And now it has to become something we do all the time, and it becomes our identity. But, I mean, I think we can be really special defensively and consistently holding guys under 70.
Jacoby, you could have gone anywhere. What did you see in
culture and family for sure. A lot of places obviously wanted to recruit me, but just the difference that made me want to come here, the coaching staff showed like it was like a family atmosphere. When I came on my visit, it just felt like home. I'm close to home. My family get out here anytime they want. So just knowing that I'd come here and be comfortable with what I am capable of doing and them believing in me first, that was my first offer, it just came a long way.
RayJ, same way. What brought you here?
The same thing, really. The culture, the love, the authenticity. When they recruited me out of the portal, and when I came here and visited, and a lot of people talk about culture, but when you get in front of people in person, you can really feel it. And that was something I felt when I came here, and I knew it was the right spot for me.
What's it like when you got so many new guys coming in together? I mean, this is a fairly new group in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, at first you really never know how it's going to go. You don't know if guys have egos, if they have attitudes and things like that. But, I mean, it's really fun, and kind of being older where I can help different guys and we're all new. And so you can take on some of that leadership and help has been really fun. And then we have a team where there are no egos. Like I said, like him being a 5-star, being Jacoby Walter, being able to sit out basically the whole second half, I mean, says everything about this team.
So you're saying he could have been one of those big egos. That's what he could have been. He could have been.
If he wanted to, he probably could have been, but he's not at all.
RayJ on the broadcast, friend Priscilla said you have an old man game. How do you take that? I think what he meant was one that you could score in the post at 6'2", you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't take any offense to it. That's not the first time I've heard that before. And, I mean, I kind of have fun with it and buy into it, honestly. That's part of my game, my craftiness, playing with my back to the basket, so it's fun.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, before I start there, I know with football season coming to an end, and I know the growing trend is in any sport, coaches not doing well get replaced quick. And one thing that I know, Coach K and I both were blessed with administrations that gave us time and a chance to be successful. And I'm really excited about next year's football season. So I know Coach Aranda's going to do a great job. As far as our Thanksgiving tournament, anytime you win a tournament, it's a great and special situation for that team. You look at the Final Fours every year, and most of them win their MTE events because to win 2 or 3 games in a short period of time, you have to have that special chemistry and camaraderie and toughness that's required to win in the postseason. So we've won our last 5 out of 6, which is a great accomplishment for the players that have played here, and just how they've approached these tournaments and how they represented Baylor at these tournaments. And for the fans that made the attendance and were there to help us, very appreciative and excited to be back in the Farrell on Tuesday.
What do you see from Nicholls?
Too many threes. So they're a team that obviously beat LSU, played Mississippi State to a 13-point game. They've had close losses. They've beaten teams. Really impressive job for a new coach that in today's day and age when you have a lot of turnover, they've added 8 transfers, and to be able to have the kind of chemistry and camaraderie they've had early in the season. They've done a great job, and every night in basketball you see upsets. So we understand that you have to be ready each and every night. And Nicholls is a tough matchup for a lot of Power 5 schools because they play non-traditionally with a 6'7", 4 or 5 man who'll be their point guard, and that spreads you out and allows them to have opportunities to get threes.
In that game against Florida, obviously Jacoby and Eve both had foul trouble, and
Yeah.
I know you didn't play as much in the second half.
Yeah.
I know you talked about it after the game, but what does that say, I guess, about Jacoby's character that they're cheering and all that?
Yeah, again, I was asked after the game, and this team thus far has really been special from the standpoint. It's more about the team, and we've had a lot of successful teams, as a lot of programs have out there, but it seems like it's fewer and fewer where you have everybody just bought in and committed to the team. And when you have those types of teams, it's a joy to coach, and you're very blessed. And Jacoby got in foul trouble, Eve got in foul trouble, and you'd never known it. They were supporting and cheering on their team, and our biggest strength is our depth. And it showed by having those two guys who had led us in scoring and been so dominant the night before, or the game before against Oregon State, and it was someone else's turn the other night because of fouls. So again, that's a luxury as a coach, but your biggest strength can always be your biggest weakness, and we have to make sure we keep putting the team first, because it will be someone different when you have a balanced team and a deep team.
What do you want to see accomplished in these next 3 home games? You know, I guess going into the exams and all that.
Yeah.
The 2 tough games after that. But what do you kind of want to see in these 3 games for this group?
Well, I think we played 4 games in 8 days, and there were some things we wanted to work on, and we weren't able to because so many games in a short period of time. We were able to spend a couple days and improved in a couple areas, but in this next 3-game span, we'll have a little more practice time to keep working on. I mean, our transition defense has got to get better. Our defensive rebounding has got to get better. We got to get better on our double-to-post rotations. Offensively, we got to cut down on turnovers and continue to space properly and half-court and transition opportunities. And all that comes from defensive and offensive breakdowns, which you don't have time when you're just playing games because it's just prep. So once we get those practice days, we'll try to improve those areas during this time before, obviously, Big 12 play.
Scott, you guys have a lot of assists to basket, good ratio there.
Yeah.
You like the way you're moving the ball around?
We gotten a lot better early in the season, a lot more isolations, one-on-one type plays, and now I think guys are really getting more comfortable with each other, looking for each other. And again, there's going to be times where you're not getting assisted buckets, but hopefully the offense is giving you advantages. And if it's doing that, then you're scoring at a high rate. And currently, second or third best offense is because the guys are sharing the ball and playing off each other's strengths.
How crafty is RayJ as a scorer?
RayJ is somebody that has a quality where the bigger the moment, the better he plays, and that's a great quality to have if you're a basketball player. And he seems to get stronger as the game goes on, and he's somebody that again is. Can score in a variety of ways. With not many guards can play as well with their back to the basket or in the paint area, but he's really good at all 3 levels, and his shooting is been a lot more consistent as of late, and I think that will show more with the next couple games up as his numbers improve there too.
You talked about a minute ago, obviously, the guys come together. It's a team.
Yeah.
Perspective. When you're putting a roster together, you're bringing guys in, and you've got quite a few new guys.
Yeah.
How long does it take before you see that? And I mean,
Yeah.
you never know for sure when you're putting it together if it's going to come together like that.
Yeah, 100%. So I think that's where in the transfer portal, everything works so quick, and you have to make decisions where you don't have 3-4 years to get to know them, see them in their best moments, worst moments, and a lot of times you're relying on people giving you input on their characteristics, because you can measure and see what you want from film and everything in synergy. What you really need to look at is what kind of teammate they are, and why. That comes to answering your question is if you're playing with a team that is sharing the ball, moving the ball, they have to have that characteristic where they're a good teammate, because if they're not getting their touches or scoring, then they become selfish, which means now you can't be a good assist team, a good offensive team. You can be a good scorer, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're a good team. So our staff's done a great job in identifying people that fit well together and fit in our system, because every system's different. People can thrive in different areas, but our staff's really done a good job identifying them, and then the players deserve the ultimate credit, because they're the ones that are going to sacrifice and make the right plays. And even if they don't get the assist, it might be the hockey assist, they might be the screen assist, but if you play the right way, you get wins, and that's what matters most.
They give out too many assists in hockey, by the way.
Well, it's because they only score once a game.
You guys just gave up 91, and RayJ said
Yeah.
defense can be this team's identity. How do you get there?
Well, I think as a whole, with the charge rule changing, I think you're going to have more offense and you're going to have more possessions. So it's going to be harder to keep teams in the 50s and 60s. But at the same time, your defensive efficiency rating and points per possession you give up can. Right now we're 44th, and that's too high. And we began tournament at 24, and it's early in the season, so your numbers get skewed quickly or change quickly, and the more you get, the more you are and who you are. But I would think, one, you have to have care factor, and we have care factor. Two, you have to have the ability to be good defenders, and I think we have that ability. So now it's getting used to schematically what we want done, and every system's different, and then as you coach people, you find out what they do better, and then you adjust your system to help them. So I think all of that's a work in progress, but the important thing is you have to have a team that wants to defend and have the ability to defend, and I think we have that.
Scott, has Langston found his niche off the bench? I mean, it seems like he's just producing in that role.
I think, again, that's a quality and strength of our team. We look at it in the last couple of years when we've been really successful winning his Power 5 program in the country. It's not from a starting five, it's a starting rotation. And Langston gives us a lot of great attributes off the bench, but we don't view him as a bench player. And some nights it'll be his night, other nights it's others, and that's the luxury of having depth.
Scott, you're a little over a month away from first game over there. I don't know where to point, but
Yeah. You're as bad as I am with directions.
I know you've probably been by it. What do you think will make that such a home court advantage?
Oh, I've only been in there one time because when we go in there, they have to stop work. So we don't want them stopping work. But you walk in and right away there's a distinct difference, and everything is on top of you. Everything is small, and you know it's going to be a real loud arena. Acoustically, you also know that, I mean, if you're on the top row and you're a fan, we're going to hear you. So, I mean, because everything's right there. And then the modern technology with we never saw the Jumbotron, but the space they allotted to those, I mean, and by the way, I mean, the media section they have you guys in is amazing. I mean, the food and
Students are going to be, I think,
yes,
down there on
right down there, and everything's right down there. There's not a bad seat in there to begin with, but I mean, definitely there's a big difference.
Oh, I like what you fashioned it after, so.
Yeah.
What do you got?
You guys good?
I mean,